All right, class, we're going to look at IR sensors today. This is our little IR sensor, which stands for infrared. Means that it's a different light band than we can normally see just past our normal visible light. And we're going to be working with our Arduino Uno. This one's slightly different from the one that you probably have, but it's the same board. And this IR sensor, what we're going to try to do with this is we were given an IR sensor and a remote in our kits. And we want to use this to control our RC car. So we're going to end up having to take in this data, and we have to figure out what these buttons say to our little computer and what commands they're giving so that we can end up using these buttons here to control our RC car. And so we'll have to start by just having this plugged into our Arduino. On this video, you probably don't have to follow along since everything's plugged into your car, and you can follow along if you'd like to. But in this case, you can just follow along and understand what I'm doing, and maybe code this at a different point if you want to. So on this little IR sensor, we have three. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Three outputs: G, R, and Y. And G, R, and Y. Well, some of them are outputs and some of them are inputs. So we have to input some power to this, and we have to ground it, and we have to take a signal out from it. So G is ground, R is power, and Y is signal out on this. And so we're going to end up doing this just as simple as we've done other things. We need to plug in power and ground. And so I have that as red and brown on this case. So I'm going to plug that into 5 volts because this is a 5-volt module. And so I'm going to go 5 volts power and a ground right there. And that's our G and our R taken care of. And then we're going to go to D2 for this setup here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, D2. Straighten this out just a little bit. That's a little bent there. All right. So we've got our 3 leads, and that'll take care of that. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll program some code. So this can take in signals from this and read them in and figure out what these buttons actually say to the computer and what commands they're actually putting out, so that we can interpolate that and put that to our RC car so it can turn the wheels. All right, so let's go and hop in on the code side. All right, class. So I just fired up Arduino IDE, and we have this basic setup and loop started here. I put a couple enters here so we can start with some space up top, but I'm going to do a file save as so we can keep this code, and I'm going to call it IR. Say save. And what we're going to try to do here is just bring in some data with this, but we have to do something first. We have to go down to the libraries here, and we have to go to this library manager. And we're going to have to go find a certain thing we do not have yet. And it's called remote. IR remote, yes. Okay. Yep, IR remote. And you're going to go ahead and hit install on this first one that says IR remote by these people. This will help us bring up commands that we can read in data from this. So once you hit install on that, you should be good to go, and you can hit this off, and you should be good to go, and we should be able to write this code. So when installing a new library like that or a new header file like that, we need to call it up. And to do that, we start with that hashtag include. And we go down here, and then we want the brackets like that, the less than or equal or less than or greater than brackets, right? And to call that up, we're going to call up IR remote.hpp in this case. It's not just a header file, it's an HPP. All right. So then we also have to establish our pin because we have that D2, the digital 2 pin wired to the Y wire. In our case, it was orange on my setup. It could be any color on yours. So we have to establish that, and we're going to call that an IR pin. We're going to set that equal to 2 because we have that set to digital 2. And we're going to close this, and then I'm just going to write some comments here that this is IR receiver pin connected to digital 2, right? And I'm going to put that there. This is the Arduino remote library, and and should be good to go there. All right, so once we've established that, we've established our pinout and our header file that we need, our HPP, IR remote, that we're going to call functions from. We are going to now jump down into our setup, and we need to stay inside these two brackets for this setup. And I'm going to delete these comments lines and just add some enters here so we have some space inside those two brackets, making sure that we're coding inside those two brackets. And so we want to plug in, we want to press this button and read in data and have it printed out on the screen so we can read it and understand what this is saying to our little computer. We are going to have to deal with that serial begin because we need to use a serial monitor. And so we start with the big S-E-R-I-L, begin with excuse me, just like that. And we ended up with a baud rate of 9,600 on this. And then we end up having to close that. And I'm just going to hit enter here, making sure that we're inside these two brackets here, coding. And then we also have to begin our receiver, our IR receiver. So I'm going to say IR, lowercase r, bigger, receiver, R, E, C, E, I, V, E, R, dot, begin. Yep. And then we have to establish our pinout here. And in this case, we're going to enable LED feedback so that when we press this button, we're going to get some LED feedback. We're going to light up the RX on our thing that we're taking in data. So I'm going to say pin 2, which is IR in this case, comma, enable, it doesn't pop it up, okay, enable underscore LED underscore feedback. All right, just like that, all uppercase. And then I need to close that line. And then we need to do a serial begin print. So it tells us, hey, this began. We are now established, our computer turned on, essentially. Serial, ERIL, begin. Oh, no, sorry, not a serial begin. Serial print. And we're going to do an LN print because we need a new line. And I'm going to say, in this case, just follow along here, I'm going to say F. And we're going to do a double bracket. And I'm going to say /, sorry. NIR ready. Press button. Let's do that. We do another /N, close that, and we end up having to close this. All right, so we're going to jump out of the setup. That's all we need in the setup. So this just prints a startup message on power to start up, and then this is our receiver being turned on, start the receivers, and then we have just the serial communication right here. All right, so now we're going to jump out of this bracket. We're making sure that those 3 lines right there are inside this bracket here for setup, and we can start into our loop process right here. And we're going to jump down in these 2 brackets right here. I'm going to hit some enters here, give us some space so we can see what we're doing, and we're just going to do a bunch of if statements. We're going to just literally sorry, not if statements, I apologize, print statements. We're just going to print out a bunch of stuff, and we're going to do a bunch of serial print. We're going to print to the serial. And so to start with, I'm going to tab this in so I can just get us started here. I'm going to say serial dot print, and I'm going to use that upper F. I'm going to do that double brackets here. And we're going to start with, let's start with this. Hold on. Let's go like this. Let's go button press. So we're going to know when we press the button, this is a new line that starts, right? And we're going to close that. And then we're going to do another serial print. So serial print. And you know what? I'm just going to copy and paste this because it's going to become way easier if I just have that as a copy and paste. So I'm going to Control C and Control V. And I'm going to change what's happening inside here. So I'm going to say protocol. So I'll explain this in a second. Protocol, like that. And then we end up with bringing up that protocol. So we need to go serial print. I'm going to go, well, this will be an ln in this case because we need a line. And in this case, we're going to get protocol string. And we're going to do IR receiver. We're going to grab that from receiver dot decoded IR data with uppercase D, sorry. Protocol. There we go. Okay, lowercase p on that. All right. And so that's our basic thing. We're getting the protocol string and we're decoding that protocol string and we're printing that out. All right. We're going to essentially do this for a couple things. We're going to do this for the protocol. We're going to do this for the address. We're going to do this command and we're going to do this for the raw data. The protocol is detecting which protocol it might be, whether it's Sony, whether it's NC or NEC or RC5. And so different remotes and different IR transmitters have different protocols. So this one has a different one compared to this one has a different one, which I think these are actually the same. But these are NECs. But there's different ones. Obviously, Sony is one, and there's RC5. So that's when it comes to protocols. For when it comes to address is this the address field. And that's also in hex. And there's also a command, which is also in hex. And that's our main one that we actually want to pay attention to. And then there's the raw data. And that raw data we can also decode and value and keep those values as well. So what we really need is what protocol are we on? And then our address, or well, our command and our raw data. Those two values are kind of what we need, right? And so we're going to go ahead and essentially copy and paste this for both of those, and I'll show you here. I'm going to say copy, I'm going to say paste, and I'm going to do this again because we need to grab those items from the same thing. We'll just be pulling up those different strings, whether it's protocol, whether it's it's decode, the IR address, all of that stuff from all of that. So we can get rid of this on this case. So I'm going to say here, I'm going to say address. Let's do some uppercase here so we actually have some uniformity. All right, address. And in this case, I'm going to grab the address, and I don't need a double thing going on here. I just need a single, and we need some address here. There we go. Tab. Actually, I need that lowercase a. And then I need a comma, and we're going to hex it. And we're going to keep that closed. And then the same thing down here, we're going to get the command. Right? And we're just serial printing commands. So we know that, hey, this next thing that follows is the command. And so now I'm going to tell it, hey, go decode and print that from command. And so I'm going to command that. Command. And then I'm going to tell that in hex. Right? And then the same thing down here for the final item, which is the raw data. I'm going to put a couple spaces here, actually. And, shoot. We need to add this. I apologize. There we go. 0x here, 0x here. And we also need the 0x here. So we establish that field for hexadecimal. All right. So then we have to go down here and modify this still. And we have to grab the raw data. In this case, I think, yeah, it's decoded raw data. Just like that, uppercase raw data. And then we also have to have that in hex. Right, and closed. I think I have one more extra bracket there. Perfect. So this will print out, hey, press button, and then I'll jump down to here and say, hey, protocol. Actually, I want this as a new line here. LN. and then then it'll say protocol and get the protocol string, and this is what the protocol is. Then it's going to print the address, then it's going to print the command, and then it's going to print the raw data. And then to finally finish this thing off, we're going to say serial dot print ln, and I'm going to leave that blank because I just want it to print a new line and give us more space at the bottom before we do the new button press. All right, and then we want to clear the buffer, so we're going to pull up this IR receiver dot resume, and just leave it blank like that and close it. So that's our basic code. Just inside this bracket is just a bunch of print statements. And so we're grabbing the protocol, the address, the command, and the raw data, and then it'll clear the buffer, and then we can press another button and it can run this again. So that's all this is doing, is running a repeat, waiting for us. So let's go ahead and plug in our little board here and upload this, and we should be good to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in my board here. And so I just plugged in the USB. I'm selected the right COM. I'm going to hit upload. And it's done uploading. But what I'm going to do is drag up here. I'm going to go bring up serial monitor. Right? And so it's just running repeatedly. As we can see here, it's just running that loop repeatedly, waiting for a button press. And we can't really see that. So if I press this, right, see, hopefully you can see here, you're getting a receiver from my pressing of my button, but you really can't read the button output from the on the computer monitor, right? And so to fix that quick, we're going to do one little quick fix here. We're going to do an if statement. So I'm going to encase all of this code right here. Right here. I'm going to do an enter down here. And I want to put all of this inside an if statement. So I'm going to say if IR receiver, no, IR receiver, there we go, dot decode. Do we have it here? Nope. Blank. Run this if statement. So it's just going to wait for a decoding of an IR, and then it'll run this. So we can do that with a curly bracket here. We'll do a curly bracket, and we'll do a curly bracket at the bottom after this resume, and we'll opposite way so that this right here and this right here are enclosing all of this code. And so it'll just wait for me to press a button. And so we have the decoding. If this happens, do this. Otherwise, just don't do anything. Run the code. So once we fix that and upload that, what is going on here? IR receiver decode. No, you should know what that oh. See, you got an uppercase. That screwed us up. We can't have that. Okay. Yep. All right. So we should be good to go here. All right. And so we're going to go to serial monitor again. And it says IR ready. Press buttons. And that's that statement right here that we said. And so it's just waiting for me to press a button for a signal come in. And so I'm going to bring this up here and drag this up here. And what I can do here is zoom this out. I have this right here. Oh, it just, because I touched this wire and it got some signals going to it. But if I press that, so we have the NC 46. There was the full raw came in. Full raw didn't come in on that press. So if I press that again, we know that that button, this upper button, is a 46, and we have that raw data there. And then if I press this button, we know that that button is a 44, and we have the raw data there. If I press the other direction, we know that that is a 43, and we have the raw data. And if we press this button, that would be, so I want to double check, a 15. I was pressing the 2 there for a second. That is a 15. So we have a 44, 43, 46, and a 15. That's all of that. All right. So other cool thing we can do here. So we want to track all that data. We're going to want to keep all that data. So I'll track that data. It should be the same for you as well. These shouldn't change that much across the board. This should be the same pinout and the same addresses and commands on yours as well. So we just need to collect that data, and we'll use that for our RC car. But another thing I want to show you in this video is this remote. So I have this remote. This is just for my TV, and I could actually end up using this as well. And it uses a whole entire different command set. And so on this, volume up is 41, volume down is 45, equalizer is multiple different clicks going on here, because that does multiple different things. And so that one's just 2. This one is just 3. We have 5E for that one. Pretty cool stuff. So you can grab a remote around your house and see what buttons output that are, what button they are on the outputs there. And we could also use a remote like this and just take in this data and actually use this for our remote on our RC car. But we're going to use this one because it's just the one we have and the one we all know the same addresses for. So we're going to log that data and continue from there.